Hey, what's going on? This is Nolan, and today you got another Le Mans Ultimate gameplay. This is at probably my least favorite racetrack in any racing game, Portimao. I cannot stand this track. I think it's very awkward. The corners are excruciatingly slow, and the car feels lazy on it. But this is up again. I think I had a problem in my last video with getting penalties pre-race, and here we have a driver taking his time, getting up and going. So now we're having a speed to catch up. And I still haven't caught up. Now it's telling me to slow down. So I'm trying to now I gotta just try to maintain my speed. I don't know what the game wants me to do. It gives me a drive-through penalty for being out of position, which I feel like maybe I could have done a little better with that. But I don't feel like that was really fair. And it's basically gonna ruin my race from the start. And then at turn one, does what turn one almost always does, and it could have been worse. We could have had a collision, so we at least avoided that. It might help the safety rating a little bit, but the drive-through is gonna hurt it anyways. So we're gonna go ahead and serve that drive-through on the after that first lap. I decided to do it then because with that that big wreck in turn one, there was just a lot of cars around us, and so I felt like I was going to be losing time anyways with the traffic. And so we came out in like 17th, and now we've gained 2 spots. I don't think any of them were gained on track. I'm pretty sure they were both from people wrecking out. And now we're under 8 minutes to go. We finally catch somebody who, it wasn't the cleanest pass, like it was them making a mistake. And then this Corvette in front of us, he loses it, and then it's the one guy that actually decides to hold his brakes, and it's at a time when you actually shouldn't be holding the brakes. He just parks it there right on the corner exit, and I feel like I had nowhere to go. And you can see my steering now. It's pretty jacked up. I gotta turn left to go straight on the straights. And now my safety, I got the penalty already, and I avoided the first wreck, but then I get in that wreck. And this is the last lap. I got up to P13, which is where I was going to finish until something happens with that guy. I'm not sure if he blew his motor somehow. I don't know if he had contact before or if he was doing something revving his engine. But this is on the penultimate corner. He got it in a second, but he couldn't get it anywhere else. So then I decided to do another race because I wasn't happy with that. And again, I thought I was going to get a penalty there because I actually went a little over right at the end on the speed limit. But again, we're gonna see some action in turn one, and this time we're gonna get hit from behind as we tried to brake for the car that spun right in front of us. And so again, we're starting in the back anyways. I think I tried to qualify and I messed up my lap, so that's why I'm starting in the back in this race. So we fall back to P16 after that. But we didn't get a drive-through, so it'll at least save us some time. And gonna catch there's a lot of people struggling here at Portimao. I'm not the only driver. At least I don't think I'm the only driver that doesn't like this track. It's definitely a lot more chaotic than the Le Mans track that I was racing in my first video. And I've struggled with that last sector on this track pretty much ever since I first started racing here. So I was focusing on practice and trying to get better exits there out of that last corner because it's such a big advantage down the straight. And I tried to go for a dive bomb on the one guy. Almost Kyle Larson did at if you've seen him hit, I think it was Chris Buescher he hit at the Indy Road Course. So I had to bail out on that. And then I gave up. I had to give the spots back. And I ended up giving an extra spot back to this orange Aston Martin. I was ahead of him. But he's slowing off the pace, so first chance I got to get back around him, I took it. And I felt like I was faster than all 3 of these cars. There's still over 16 minutes left, so I got plenty of time. I'm not trying to rush things. and there's another free position gained right there. And this is, I think I like kind of hugging that. I guess that's the penultimate corner there. And I like to turn in late on this final corner. And if you, I don't know if some of the better drivers are able to keep the pedal down out of there, but I find I kind of gotta give maybe like a second or two off the throttle. But we get a pretty good exit, and with the toe, I was able to stay pretty close to this guy, but wasn't quite able to pull out to go for the. It would have been one of the craziest dive bombs ever, and we still got plenty of time. I need to be desperate, and I am trying to get my safety rating up. I'm still stuck in bronze. But now we're catching a couple of slower cars who are pretty well off the pace. I think if we didn't get in that lap 1 incident, we would have been well ahead of these cars. And so this is the difficult part of the track to try and go side by side, and I don't really get forced off. I probably should have backed out there, but I end up getting lucky. This time, the car that spins there doesn't park it in my way and actually gets in the other guy's way and kind of sets a pick for me. Now we're up to P9, less than 8 minutes to go, and catching another slower car, and he just kind of swerves into me. It's not like he was turning in. He had the corner. I don't know why I don't know if he just... I don't know if he meant to do that, if he didn't like how close I was to him. I don't think it was super aggressive the way I was holding him, but I was standing my ground. But now I'm, again, focusing on these exits that I've been working on. Turning in... I think I've probably turned in later than most people. Definitely most of the people in my race splits anyways on that corner. But I find that's the best way to get a good exit for this straight. And then with the toe, I don't know if the Corvette's just not that good, or if I'm not getting as good an exit as I thought. But I was finally with the toe just able to go for the move, and he almost got the switchback. I didn't think I was in any danger of the switchback, but he's actually almost made that work there. I was only just able to cover it off. Now this is the last lap of the race. We're actually up to P8, which is pretty good for considering we were in a lap 1 turn 1 incident. And we're catching another slower car, another Aston Martin, and so I'm happy with P8, but I decided to try and push a little here. He's actually going to make a mistake here, but I also made a mistake. If I would have just driven my line, not pushed too hard, I actually probably would have given myself an opportunity for this last lap overtake. But I ended up just locking it up, and it's going to cost me the chance at P7. But with how bad I am at Portimao, and how bad our our race start was in turn 1, I'll take a P8, and I actually did gain safety rating. I got that off track there, trying to push a little too hard, and then by the time I tried to give the advantage up, it was too late. Here's another look at that start, and yeah, that black car just kind of turned in on him, and once I get hit from the back, there's already nothing to do. I was probably gonna hit it anyways. And here's that audacious dive bomb that we had, and I kind of just had to gas it up and just avoid the other car. And then here's what I was trying to do on that successful dive bomb. You see, it was actually pretty close to the switchback there, but that was some video of me improving at Portimao. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.